Audio check. No, if I wouldn't. I wonder what that was.
Good evening. Welcome to the February meeting of the Somerville Board of Architectural Review. I'll start off by saying what our role is, and this is taken from the ordinance. We are to look at the appropriateness of the general exterior design scale, proportion, arrangement, texture, and materials of the building or buildings under question in the proposals to us. And the first order of business tonight will be the review or approval of the minutes from the January 6th meeting.
If y'all haven't had a chance to review them, we can postpone it to the next meeting since I got it to you so late.
Did everyone read them? Did everyone? You did not? Okay. Well, we can put it off.
Okay, we'll postpone that to the next meeting.
I did want to ask you, Becca, if you, the one, let's see, 139 Central,
Mhm.
the little pub over here, if you
Mhm.
can put somewhere in those, we talked about stained glass above the door. You can just,
I'll go back and check the transcript for that part.
okay,
Thank you.
that's the only thing I saw.
Okay, and we have no old business. And so the first order of business is 105 East Carolina.
All right, so I believe most of y'all are fairly familiar with this property. Recently, Mike built a cottage, a detached cottage at this property. They are simply extending the roof line over an existing back deck to create a porch area. This addition does not present any zoning ordinance conflicts, and the proposed plans appear to follow general BAR guidelines. The addition will not be visible from the right of way. Hand it over to Mike.
Good evening. My name is Mike Jalico Construction. I think pretty much covered the product. So adding a roof over that existing deck. There we go. So we're just extending the existing line that's there. So everything's just going to extend out over that deck. The eaves with the ground molding, columns, 8x8 square. Roof shingles, which that's what's on the back now. So those will match as well. We'll have beadboard ceiling. Well, we'll say, so yeah, that's the rear view, side view. Column, A-frame. Got pictures. Yeah, you see that existing roof. Part portion. On over. I right into that corner. There's a lot of detail in the eaves. I don't know the details. There's a beadboard that's currently the back, that A-frame. Like 11. So that'll be the detail back up or coming straight off of that roof line. Covering that deck. Paint same white. So should tie it nicely. That's.
And the shingles match up and.
Yeah, we'll probably end up placing the same stuff there since it's just a small section instead of trying to just leave that little section. But same color that's there, it's dark.
And it's on the cottage, same color on the cottage too.
That's correct. Yeah, so it'll tie all that together. Yeah, there we go.
Would you consider chamfering those 8x8s? I think that would add a little bit to it.
On the corners?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that on my house. Thing, so we start out square, come in.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got the nice. There's just a lot of detail. That's the big features of this, it's just like being. So. Wow.
And the roof line, does not extend beyond the main house.
Well, right. I mean, it's tying right in. It doesn't go any further left or right. So like back in the notes, really from the front of the house, you're not gonna see it at all. Coming down Main Street, you look over, that lot's kind of vacant. See,
You're doing pretty hard.
Yep.
See, step back. Remaining backstairs are remaining. Gas lanterns, spring columns will remain, so. Columns.
I have a motion. Any comments?
I think it looks good. It'll be very functional for them.
And you did such a great job with the cottage and whatnot, with all the detail in it. I know you'll do a great job on
Okay.
this.
Yeah, everybody knows about that cottage. That cottage is-
It looks like it's been there forever.
Yeah.
It looks great.
That constitute a second?
As, did you make a
She
motion?
made a motion.
I did.
I thought you did.
I just, no, but I will.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept this as presented.
I'll second.
Tim?
Yeah, absolutely in favor.
Yes,
Dane, yes, and I yes also.
Good,
that'd
thank
be
you.
great.
Next project is 1105 South Main.
All right, so this is a request to build an accessory dwelling unit. Staff has already met with the applicant and discussed the project in depth before coming before you tonight. The town arborist has also confirmed that this project will not require tree protection board approval. The proposal appears to meet the general intent of the historic guidelines, as the cottage will be subordinate to the primary residence, and the new structure is sited to the rear of the property and will not be visible from Main Street. And I doubt would be visible from the side street access due to the number of trees. But the applicant has done a great job putting a presentation together for you, so I will hand it over to them.
Thank you. I'm Pat Townsend. This is my husband, Ben Burns. We live in 1985. House 1105 South Main Street. And
We are, our reasoning for building a cottage, is that we're getting older. It's a big lot, difficult to take care of. And we just thought, well, wouldn't it be great if our son, Lee Burbidge, who also works for the town of Somerville, he could move into the main house, take care of the yard, and then we would be in the rear in a handicapped accessible small cottage, 699 square feet, so it's very small. And it fronts on Carroll Court. It would be about 19 foot or so from the actual Carroll Court, back from the, and it is in a heavily treed area, but this is the one place on the entire property that does not interfere in the root zone of any of the mature trees. And so that, and it will be very similar to the main house with two exceptions. And one is that the siding on our main house is, believe it or not, aluminum siding from like 1970.
Hmm.
It's about that wide. And being that this is such a small cottage and that we eventually need to reside that house as well, we thought we would go with the more standard 6-inch siding, lapboard siding. So it would be similar in appearance, but not exact width of the siding. Same shingles, same size windows, white trim, the yellow. It's basically a yellow house, and we brought paint samples if you want to see that. The house, the other difference with the cottage is it does have a steeper pitched roof. You'll see the cottage on the house itself has a very, probably not even up to current building codes roof that's not a real steep pitch, but we wanted to make sure we could get storage in the attic. And we also are including an outdoor staircase to go up to that storage, since for he and I, it would not be real fun to go up a ladder into the attic. So was kind of the idea there. And then it also includes some fencing. We'll put a fence between the front property and the little rear area where the cottage will be. And we're proposing a wood fence. Yeah, got that right there. That's not to scale, but the basic idea would be a 4-foot fence with some little opening at the top and a little space between the boards. And we're proposing to paint that or actually stain it black, which is one of the stains that's on the board there. You'll see that there's difference on two sides. It's because the paint chip that I found and really liked when I actually went to paint it on the board was not the color I really thought it would be. So I went back and had it darkened, and now I have a custom color that's a little darker than the original. And the same is true with the front door paint as well. And we'll be painting the fence in the main house, which currently is an eggplant color, and they would be painted or stained the same as the cottage. So we'll keep some uniformity. We have a gravel driveway. We would maintain that and have a gravel driveway. We also have like stone paving. I brought a example of what we currently have at the main house, and we would at least keep it the same color. It might be that we could, if we can afford real stone, we would use real stone. This is a concrete paver that is the gray color. It looks like stone, but isn't. And so basically, that's about it.
Okay. You have some window details.
It would be mullioned windows, exactly like they're double hung windows, 6 on top, 6 on the bottom.
With a simulated divided light like
Well,
on the outside.
if we can afford it, I really don't like those very much. I would prefer to have real mullions, but I don't know that we can afford real mullions, but yeah.
Maybe we're not talking about the same thing. What is it you wish?
Oh, to have is better quality windows,
No,
not vinyl, if I can.
right, but what we want is either to be say individual panes, which is true divided light,
Right,
or simulated divided lights, which is a single sheet of glass, but with a mullion on the outside.
on the
Right.
outside.
well, it probably will be the simulated.
Okay.
But if at all possible, we would
And-
like to do the,
And the other thing that um, we like to see is the construction of the surround for the details.
okay,
Um,
and basically that is a simple 1x4 all the way around our windows. That's what's on the main house. And it doesn't have any detailing, just 1x4 around
That's-
the windows.
That's what we call picture framing, which we're trying to get away from.
Is
We
there
want,
something?
we
that
want to see a true sill,
It does have a true sill.
and then two vertical pieces with supporting a cross piece with a drip cap on. As opposed to having everything 45 degrees.
Okay, and they, yeah, we have the sill, they're not 45 degrees, they're at 90, the top sill, I mean, the top,
Top piece
Yeah.
rests on the two side pieces.
yes, and that.
That's
is
what we want.
have. Yes, that is exactly what we have.
And you've got corner boards. It's good.
And what is the, it looks like it's on the concrete slab. What is that?
Yes,
What is-
which, the slab would only be, and I, maybe 3 inches above grade, just enough. We want this to be handicapped accessible. All the doors would be 3-foot doors inside and out. And, we were hoping to build it on grade. We did check with the building permit people and there's no flood area, so we're fine to do that. And they told us we could build it at any elevation, but,
I did want, do you know the height of the main house, the original house?
I've estimated the height to be about 19 feet, between 18 and 19 feet. This would be 21.5 feet.
Will you be able, from the street view, will you be able to see?
No, it's lower. It's almost 2 foot lower than the front of the property where the main house is. And so you would not be able to see it all from Main Street. There's vegetation in the way, trees and that kind of thing too, so.
So the fencing, how high is the fence?
The fencing's 4 foot. We have a dog. We just keep the dog in,
I
but
saw the dog in. the
where you
pictures.
can actually,
Yeah.
where the dog can see through it because it will drive us crazy if you don't. And what we plan to do is build sidewalks on stone on sand.
Mhm.
That is what we're currently using. We don't have a slab underneath our patio or anything. We're just more environmentally sensitive. And that would go around the house to allow for good access for handicap reasons or whatever, so.
Is this a separate lot from so it'll
No.
all be one continuous piece of property.
It is, but it's very long and narrow. I actually have a site plan that shows the whole thing if you would like to.
Yeah, I saw,
I
I
think
did
there's a
get that it
picture.
Looks like
Yeah.
it's very long. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very long and narrow. And what we intend is about 6 foot from the cottage toward the house is where the fence across the yard would go.
Mhm.
And so it leaves the front yard, the front house with a very large yard still. And it will be landscaped. We're gonna landscape it back the way that it was. In fact, we do have to dig up azaleas. We have so many, hundreds, and we do have to dig up about 45, but we're gonna replant them in redoing the landscape in the front and in the back. And
That's good.
reuse them, which is kind of why we wanted to go ahead as soon as we could with the site work, because we wanted to get that in before it gets hot.
Any other questions?
I was wondering, I was trying to, since they are on one piece of property, trying to pick up some of the details in the main, for the cottage from the main house, and especially the front door, the entrance.
Right.
I didn't know if it would be possible to replicate
Well,
the entrance on the,
I
from the
would be,
front.
it would be possible, and we'd certainly do that if you'd like. We have a very ugly front door right now.
Yeah.
And the idea is to do it with, two, or I think, did we do 2 panes of glass in the top? Fairly long panes of glass and possibly do both houses that way rather than, we have like a 1980s looking front door with
Yeah.
little decorative details that don't match anything, so.
Well, I think what I was thinking about was replicating the stoop that's from, Becca, can you go? Maybe 7?
Yeah, we would be willing to do that, and in fact had looked at that as one of our first design. We were trying to stay under the maximum square footage allowed.
Right.
And so right now it's got a little shed roof on it. But it only comes out about 18 inches to I think it's 21 inches from the house. And so we could make it into the same
Something
stoop
like
that's on
that.
the front. Yeah, that would be fine. In fact, I kind of like that better than the shed roof. Yeah.
And does the existing front porch or the front door, does it have, it doesn't have columns, does it?
It has 2 well, they're not quite 6 by 6 because they're
Can't tell from the picture.
5.5 by 5.5.
Yeah, that's probably 5.5 square.
But no trim. No, ours is a 1940s house, and
I love it.
I like it too. I like the simplicity of it, and
Yes, yeah.
we've tried to mirror that inside as well, right?
Well, I think that was my big thing, was trying to take some of the details from the original house and move them. So it does look consistent.
We also, you'll see on the cottage, in the front of the house, you'll see 3 windows together and 2 windows
Yeah.
together, and we tried to replicate that to have that
I
same
did notice
feeling.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. And the windows on the main house, they look like there's a board. See that board right there?
Yeah,
That
just
goes
in
with-
between them, that's a little
Yeah.
wider,
Yeah.
and we certainly can replicate that. The window size might be slightly different, but the effect
Mhm,
would be the same. Mhm.
Now you say the columns on the front of the house have no detail?
No, just what would you call it?
They have a plinth block?
A baseboard little thing down around the bottom of it, and that's the only
They
detail.
square around.
Square.
Square, okay.
Then they probably should have some sort of a trim detail at the top.
And yeah, actually they don't at all, but particularly if we replace the front door, it would be a good time to relook at that, but. there's beadboard underneath the little stoop.
Oh, yeah.
And it just ends into the beadboard. Isn't that right, Dan?
That's right.
And just so I'm clear, so by adding the little A-frame style stoop over the door, that's not going to interfere with the square footage and mess you up as
Not if
far as.
we don't come out further from the house, because it would be the same amount of roof
Got it.
over the stoop.
I don't think y'all are anywhere near. I mean, I haven't looked at the calculations. I
Well,
don't think y'all are anywhere near.
Yeah, we kind of are. This is 1,386 square foot inside, plus when you add what's in the stoop, our original, our house, it comes up to 1,399. And the cottage is, the part inside is 692, I think it is. And then a little, very little short stoop that brings it up to 699.
Well,
We're right on.
the square footage is based on heated or conditioned, isn't it?
Have 30, go up 30%.
No, you're thinking lot coverage, Becca.
Yeah.
What?
We're talking about the size of the ADU compared to the
Oh,
main house.
They're nowhere near.
Thought it was 50%, the ADU.
Way you're impervious.
No, not that.
No, I mean. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, to be honest, you could add a little covered porch to the back of the house and probably resolve that issue, but we can work through that. I mean, that's
Mhm.
not something that should hold up their purview.
I think we can work within the limits and have something that works right, and yeah. And we can make that, we can guarantee to make that change, yeah. So.
So I just have a curiosity question. Which one of y'all is the artist?
Oh, you've seen my paintings?
I used to
too?
drive by the house all the time, so I saw everything inside the sunroom there.
If you look, there's a sunroom on the end.
Yeah.
It's my art studio. And if I haven't, right now I'm growing plants in there, but when I work, people can see me. They tell me all the time. I've had people stop.
Right. And I saw where you were on the back porch, you were doing a gazebo or something?
Not a gazebo, a pergola.
Okay.
And yeah, and there is a detail for that in here too. And basically it would be about 2 foot away from the house, the little cottage, be 8 by 8 foot pergola. Very standard, very simple. It would be stained the same color as the fence. And just give a little shade. We'd had a tree that we had to take out, and it's a little sunnier than it there than we might like.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept the designs as presented with the following exceptions: the board between the windows, the front stoop to mimic the main house, and what else was there?
It was the framing around the windows, just to confirm that.
Yeah, the
that it
frame.
was.
Confirm the simulated.
And making sure the mullions are the simulated or the real ones,
Yeah,
divided lines.
I think that's it.
That was everything that I had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Tim,
Yeah, I'm good. Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
and I also, yes.
Thank
Thank you.
And And we are actually talking to Mr. Taylor about being the contractor on it. He's come and looked at it and everything and stuff.
do a great job.
Yeah.
We're hoping to do.
He knows what we want.
And he's so close. I mean, you know, it really works. So.
More to find.
We know where to find.
Call that board correction.
Just-
That's it, yeah.
All right, y'all, I don't have anything under miscellaneous. We will most likely do our swearing in at the next meeting. Hopefully we'll have 2 more board members. Y'all have anything for me?
Yes. I would like to see if the board would agree to our contacting the town and the county about having them make a presentation to us about the potential widening or changes to Main Street between the railroad tracks and Five Points. It's, although it's not architectural, in the past, the town has come before us with changes to traffic around town square at 3 different occasions. So since this road project runs right through several blocks of the historic district, I think we should be able to make some comments on it.
So you're talking about specifically what the town is going to be completing.
Well, the way I read it was the county is in charge of the part from out.
We've got, there's SCDOT, Dorchester and us, but I can look into see where those projects are at, within the process.
I think before stuff gets carved in stone, they need to come before the BAR for our comments.
Right, I will bring that up to administration.
Yeah.
Out of the streets and the.
Yeah, and what lands are gonna have to be taken by eminent domain and because probably way over half the properties between here and Five Points have come before the BAR in the last 10 years for approval for doing work in a manner that was acceptable to the BAR. And
I will
So
look
it-
into that and get back to y'all.
is that something that we should make a formal request?
I mean, you're stating it into the record, so I think that's,
Is that the same thing as presenting a formal request?
yes. And then I'll kind of give y'all more information, once I can get a better understanding of where they're at with all of these projects.
And do we all agree? So it's a unanimous request from
Okay.
the board present?
Understood? Anything else?
No.
All right.
If there was a presentation by them to us, would that be open to public to come in on? that?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, anytime y'all meet, it's open to the public.
Well, in the past, when these things have come up, they've come up as basically a project presented to the BAR. Okay,
All right. Well, we can, if y'all don't have anything else, we can get a motion to adjourn.
a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion that we adjourn.